nowhere to go. They've done that with other political parties as a system, and I can't allow that. So we are going to fight. So talk of retirement, you retire when you are comfortable, that things are okay. But when you're an old man and you see things are being messed up, and you sit and watch the children, no, you put on your warrior garb, and you take your spear and your segai and your tamtunga and you go and fight with them. That's what they do. So that's what I've done. So I've come back because democracy has been disseminated. Democracy is killed. You know, the political parties, they just pick and choose and go and destroy. So I should sit there that you did my part. I'm not yet finished. Oh, the party, friends and all. So I've always lamented that why should you be stripping me of these things and then pushing me and saying, no, we want to protect you. No, you see, demeaning of the president to be seen to be going without this or that. I said, I don't need you. You don't need me. So I was very clear. I'm not complaining at all. The time that I've complained is when I've been harassed. I said,
the truth will come out. No, but Makebi vale land if.
Makebi advise ona bakano kulala until people they should know the truth. Mama President in Efton, I think in Efton dem mama ba Esther lungu na family bashike omubiri udupantu ababantu kuti bayayibana futhi. Ababantu ero umubiri nga because that too much trust ababantu. South Africa yaba kwate sitting room yabo. So mama Esther nama lawyers wonsebeka le banshi bashike oyumubiri. Nga nife wafwaye nshira yimbi iya kufishira mo yumubiri bantu ababantu bakabolala. Nakuyakwine bakafika. Kashi nisho cho mrefu wa mubiri wa munenu mubayichi. Nishi mrefu aya. Nishi achitire lungu ba ECL fichi ba michitire ba dada imo kwena ifefo mwachita ba HH ndipo ni generation to come. Ero mama president akwa baba toba shufwa ku bantu nili abantu balela ndero mlambu chitira kufe vintu vimbi imo bakabesha imo nibo ushima pepo bwakwisa niko soko mupepa nibe sanshi o muitapo Bibi mwita kuli ule uneresa tuwa mfuile kuli wajeje balandile. Bantu muntu wita palilesa, alikuwa dakatina, alikuwa toruse, alikuwa toku ibwela mu. Bantu muntu pepa satana, wako so mutimanga satana, muntu shakwa taluse, muntu wako so mutima, muntu ushikuku wako so mutima no kumono kwe bati. Umuntu nangu afwa itso, keka fefine tuwachi mwona mpicture ya, na muikala na muiminina. Mule monoko muntu wale mpandula na mwikala na alata kwa be fish samika pano pesa mbali achalo takwa akabe as long as abantu nabaleta internet tapali fi alafi samika pano pesa mbali achalo na mutu na muiminina na mutankamana nemfumu yeno alaba mfumu imwe muri musebanya takwabe mfumu ya ifi kashinishi murefu akumubiri waba ECL chishimba checho murefu akumubiri waba ECL alata mwatisende chimba demero techa bibo mbere mwishineri aba Yesu Kristo ba ECL Body abali chitire soku mulo waba Yesu Kristo takuli oko mwala chibunga na my elections yayo mwala ponda nokuponda pakuti mungono ko batiresa nilesa imota mwakwata kwa makapalilesa lesewa kwata makapalifwe mwe bantu bakwalesa kanshi Zambia to wala chitashani mwe kala chalo cha Zambia imfumu na shena shaikala zikwati mainenshi bashibika menshi mukalwa kanshi ifwe na Zambia tuime fefwe na Zambia tuirwishe mwe bantu bakwalesa turwishe mrefu aya baba mama Esther batiteshani mrefu aba mama Esther na bena bafwe mushike imo bakabesha na ba HH Munefu aba mama Esther na bena bafu na imwa bamutinta imoma bakati baba echi ushakachiri yelo ma inacho namona echo namwene baba mutinta bali ba forefront because bamutinta ngataba ba forefront if you unsafe batafire chitikakula kwati wagwesha mumulume we bantu mulume ngale chitefintu fimo wamukali kakubacha tawo bashitata we shen mumti bateko namona bamutinte baba na forefront imi to blame aba echi kashwa mutinta eba bana forefront panta twamona po muchalo chesu mwatuletera eshamo mwatuletera ebipamba mwatuletera nomba twalata panomba okulachita kula lombo forgiveness from God because ichalo nachitibwa imoba echi nabakabesha mwireka ndande vingi mwireka mponte na babada mwitutwala mukupota lekeni mubiri wabayisi otamwafyerwe nabayisi eo tamwakwata masani ya mwende tamwafumine kukwini lekeni ifyo mama lekeni bambi balande ko badoti bantu mutima wandi nawo kalipa tuwalufyanya
mabomba shani bonse
I'm crying.
Why tell I feel women not parallel but
yakulanda kumwe abantu bakwinkume bachipushe pusho kwebati usheba letoteka libanani. It's like ngabaya bachitesho bale chitafi abo bana bagwela. They are going around like headless chickens because it's like they don't really know shebali why. Maironichi,
let's take a nani.
So akupene wekele nuku inauguration ku Independence Day am kuliaba wele ba ECL kuda ku inauguration ba ECL ba to hand over ama instruments of power to the president ba HH ba pele ba na ngamle mupisha. So those are very, it's deep. Because those are instruments of power. So I answer you. Because the instrument of power, now we know wapera kwa bobi. Wapera kwa bobi. So, fidele to bulanda mwandini, but ine ngefine bachelanda ko. Okweba ati namwishiba umubiri bakabwekishapo na futu kwa mukuyiba so bakwatefe bakayeba shikafe ero beketa nabantu as just a
bakayashikula beshika mu South Africa kuri uyu mwaiche obabomfe wa ku Nigeria ufwene fyalelanda tiba ba bene ba chifu yere ina mapatsi basuswire kwati bachiyashika mu manda mulya balala mbuno kulala lekeni mulete mumfa na mumumfa
okay ena chiyumfa nomba still more if you bale missing afya kwebati baesta bala pepa elo bala pepa dona abantu mu Zambia bale pepa Daily network mfilo kwebati body na iruba badamba wan parapene fuebe ngito ali ngira mapepo kwambo kuchitakava body ile. So that body, if that body we declare the sacred blood of Jesus Christ upon that body, no longer saying the part state here umbele if mwana, this is a sign that enough cannot bomba
bachi alala mumanda ero amalomba yakana tikalete umubiri ukukuchinja nomba because vali sende fyakusenda vayalala mumanda nomba malomba yakana yalefa yo mubiri wonse lekeni nji playing
okay
akulandeni while I bring it up. Let me find it. Let me pull it up. Akulandeni mama.
So confusion lesa mkuchitafe expose in his own ways. Leso you inganga isha number 1 ushamashani ukotali shali fwa shonse inganga shilafwa but shifwa nilesa. So echo vela labo kwebati ilia declaration at Zambia is a Christian nation. Lesa keeps his part of the covenant upon this land of Zambia.
I cannot move out of my country, Zambia.
This nation can never be to Lucifer. It can never happen because it was declared a Christian nation, and that declaration stands. So this nation has a covenant with God Almighty Jehovah. So nolobeshe fyaba diabolical, bapechitereza mashrine ama altar, it will not work. No balale muchiri ndumo bachitesani. It won't work.
Elo ba Edgar bale idwire nkondo yabo. Because ba Edgar yali ama video bachila playing up ali ba mwamba padia. You know, he knew what he was up against. He knew. That's why ba dilesheshe na JJ bando kulanda.
Yes.
But Edgar Lungu knew what he was fighting.
Yes.
And that's why he came back and just hold on. Hello, Mama. The live.
For his own life.
The live. Mulefa kulanda ko? Mposhe abantu. Ufwele kulifile chitika, tamufile file chitika. Oh my God. Okay, nala miwika. Mwana join na pafoni na ngubisha pene pafoni mwakula mfa. Yeah, joineni. Umubiri nawe mafuti ati wale ufaya lero naba ya kukoti. Ni mama manchika Monica. Yeah. So now Isanga, that's Mama Chika Monica. She's going to join. Video now Isanga.
For one of my informants that Chief Mukuni slept at ECL's grave. He performed some rituals and also buried some private parts, some of ECL's private parts at Embassy Park. Now, Chief Mukuni, I just wish to tell you that some of the persons in your home communicate with me like I communicate with them. They give me information that you do not expect. This video is directly to Mukuni to tell you that we know what is going on. You buried some ECL's private parts. The brain, the heart, the balls. You buried them at Embassy Park. And you thought it would be hidden, man. I told you people, I have people everywhere. I have informants everywhere. Even on your UPND groups. I have people everywhere. I have people watching over you. So you can't hide anything. Do you understand? Now, do you remember when I told you that Chief Mukuni was working with HH? That Chief Mukuni is HH's spiritual father. That he is also in alliance with the evil HH has been committing. Will you people come out without marriage? I told you before, marriage cannot lie. I say the spiritual things more than you do. And no one does it like marriage. You can't do it like me. Because I was sent by my ancestors, man. So Chief Mukuni, I'm also coming for you. Don't think that your people have been praising you that you have spiritual power. I think there was a time I spoke about it and some persons were like, hey, Chief Mukuni, we send some spiritual power to take away your life, marriage. Anywhere, your mind is very powerful. You can just call your name, you can just use your picture. Chief Mukuni, I'm here, use my picture. Can you use my picture and take away Mary's life? Can you try it? I'm coming for you, man. All of you that your hands are stained, I'll come for you. And since I've been talking about you, nothing has happened to marriage. Nothing, man. Do you understand? So don't think that people will be afraid of you. I think people are even afraid of you because of HH. If they speak against you now, they'll go to jail. Not that you can even kill anybody. You can't do anything, man. You are just a bush, hungry, old man, as old as you are. As old as you are. Me, I don't respect elderly people that, are evil. I don't. That's how someone came to tell me that time that, hey, marriage, you are crossing your boundaries. Respect elders. Respect Chief Mukuni. Man, if you don't, if an elder is evil, there is no single respect for that person. So, he slept at ECL's grave. He performed some rituals and also buried some private parts, some of ECL's private parts at Embassy Park. Now, Chief Mukuni, I just wish to tell you that some of the persons in your home communicate with me like I communicate with them. They give me.
Okay, so mwanfu eri ashiro mwebantu. Could you remember this boy is looking for numbers? You know why the Zambian people now, they are using this boy to speak is because of the cyber bill. Mwamona, people always find a way to survive. This is a Morris Sibanda baku Nigeria. Mwamona.
Yes.
And the balamu bonfya Zambians to speak because kuzambia kwa diwa cyber bill. Umundu nga alanda efya alandiro yukumukakatalale na munganda. Yeah. So that's why this guy is being actually doing Zambians a service. Alebombe because ama Zambians bali mikako tunwa. That's why enalalanda without a filter ifile kichika mu Zambia. So sometimes let me even confess, sometimes nareva natilekeni kumubomfya. No manarimona sense why if I'm I see sense. Because if a Zambian say this, cyber law, muikata. But the thing is, ababa UPND government, wamwana kwati, ngabaleta cyber law, abantu bala talala. No. Ngabena bala bonfya uyunan kan tayadi fluffy aboko, bala mubonfya. Nasiyawan bala mubonfya. So Uyuna is talking against the UPND government. Shabana 50-50. Go ahead, Mama.
Mama president inena alitonton Kenya ponge fine alanda since ili chiri ndibayi mbachirya bali bebe yokwe bati chiri ndite chibe fyukwa gromuntu which means imwe imomkayalala.
Yes.
So inena lisa tonton kanya pona inati if ibele mkusenda bele mkuchitana nikane body aba ECL I think naba mkusenda mapatsa wale focus ashika mulia
mumanda nabashika kale nokushika
mumanda muliomo bashika so that bekaya mukali ba HH wala tine mfua wala tino kufua ba HH wala tino kufua but takwa bo wanipangire so by HH whatever you have done kuma patsa yalilandire po inena ba HH temo balesa ba HH tamwapanga po tamwabika po no muntu tapabo mwapanga po imoba miside defe ngoba ku president nemfumo shirafwa nendo shishirafwa ine ngomwana omunono shishire po fina kuchimwafya alwafa what more imwe nangu mushike vintu mudia nangu mushike vintu muchitama rituals imo baba banalika ni imo ba mukuni imwe na mukula no kukula na mukota but mukukota kwenu no kuchitete ikata na pamenso pali fina umuntu nga watulolekeshe bakabeshabe ne pamenso bali fina uloleshe abo bene bashani abo bali fina bakasongo uloleshe umuntu
na fluffy nambo kufina pamenso na yena fluffy na fina
na mufina abantu nangubale ndolesha iminwe shaba kwati nasharoshe iminwe shaba kasongo iminwe shali kalabana kwati the president mwe bantu mufisha ko mulesa balekeni ukusamba ifo mulesa ba ala mukafwa uwa mukupenga afyalo the next infwa
we answer question sorry mwe bantu shire second ke for Alex to describe
mama president nataka minwele rolo ba mwamba batira lulanga ma pictures na benye mino shira muleka kwa teba president shali kamba atilombeshi minwe a president
iwe Mike Vicky shakulete pano waumfa uyo ati Mike Vicky uyo shakulete pano shirefa ba praising kabien ko organization yenu uko not kuleta masangala toni kuno malabish kabien kuma organization muye mkusalula muye mkudia karieni mwalifisenda kare so firieni kabieni mufirie mwikute mubyole no kubyola but just remember there are repercussions you are if you think you have any muredia hey dem yeva good luck
efo bafilibo no kwikala na basebana konsoke baleta okubasebana bapiri because na mwikato mulopa wabene mulopa uli atewe mutamwafirwe mumo
you know Sean said milopa shabene shoba ikata nomba balese bana because they have been doing this.
Yes,
apate pa first yapa is not the first time.
Gas
The next thing is kuviola. Kalienete mwasenda ero muviole no kuviola. Munwine pona meshi. Bakolokombwa imwe.
Nolwento sifie shine kulowa. Kwa vemino patrimo shadi lula. Bambi abantu tavepa iwa. Bambi abantu tetusende.
Elo bambinga babepa yabala idwira from the grave.
Banafi. So, if you're very cheap, because one, let's say, ole wana batu yini. Elo nave no mpashi waba lungu. Uleelwa and tetulwe no mpashi. Tetulwe no mpashi teti. So that's why if you say feel vera na exposed, elo tabalati.
Kamite iwe uli muntu uleelwa na spirit. So na benda bafile bachita crossover kudia baye mkudwa na spirit inabo. Po balefididwa. They don't get it. Okay, baba bambi wabini baba bambi mipashishabo. Shadi weak, mwamona. Some of these people, their spirits were not weak and they were ambushed into, they were not prepared. But Balungu was prepared to face you. That's why apapena mule sevana international kusevana. Bache paulefya kusenda badia baikuta babiola pona babina pona munkoyo futi baima again tule mimona
Fila moneko kwanguka ndemeba mwendo shimu moneko kwanguka but fintu fya shopa sana ine nali fimona kwefi the first time ukumona pwede ya shiri ya parefi ibo mwana tina muchenjela
Irina refyu mfira apatali ba mama baisa ba Mary ine fifi akuli abantu na refyu mfira apatali but nomba firi munchende mwe bantu kuya mukukaka ola balungu kusenda ama parts baya mukudi ya mubashika no kushika mama Mary eri ashitupokerere muno muchungulo bashimikire niko tabeshi befire chitika
awe shishi befire chitika mwe bana bakwalesa ninji kalangwa ti 2 weeks perfect kuna TikTok kunshisa kana BMTV kusaka.
Okay.
Mama na isa afika vya kukulo kitwe bandonga so shalamata ifoni balishitira mailo kuli ba makebi zuru eba shitire foni ya ndi police. So mameri ashiri poya kwebati ba ECL bali asenda kwa mapati kulia kumkubodi aba ECL. So ayo mapati ayo atushoko bayabikirenga na afiri okubomba tina bayashika mulya muchirindi omo bale pangira na ceremony muchirindi chija nomba kwati chirindi chechitakire mu mubiri wonse so linomba bere futi bakabisha
bwacho oluchero lero mayo mwamuna na mwashamo fimo bamerenga pa Saturday pa Thursday palya opo baisangirira omubiri bawusenda bamakebi basenda omubiri ero kwa isacha pa Saturday ba aba kabesha balanda tawe tatukwachiri omubiri tatushiboko uli pa Saturday pa Sunday ba church batino kuti awe twala baleka bashike abene twatemwa nokutemwa achiye mwelesa bala shika pa Sunday na mailo pa Monday ba makebi babwera nokubwera lero ba makebi balebwera ferero bakabesha bashita na Simon ku kocha ati balefwaya umubiri wa balungu but uli omubiri lero bawulepwire illegal ya kibali senda kofimo so tulero kupokerera maripoti kufuma kuli bakapokola batwebe fyo basendere mkumubiri wa balungu number 1 number 2 na bena ba family ya balungu bafiro okutweba pantu mubiri wa balungu ati bali usenda mkuu checkinga bamone nefya abuliramu so po tufikire lero lili nechungulo bakabesha kuli court uko kuli lawsuit ati leteni umubiri ero na yali atina mapati otwasenda twali kwa tensambu yaku yasenda kukonka nefo twale chita investigate mwamona bayibangirisha bachitana kuote fe bachita kuote umomwine ati they have the right ya kusunga mapati ayo yene kukonka nomlandu na ma investigation bali funya mapati so inefo na chia pa internet na na chat GTP na chat GTP bushe umuntu nga bachita autopsy ya poisoning polisi alikuwa tensambu kusenda ama organi ya muntu efyo ilandire chat GPT yati ama pati tabasenda elonga ni poisoning bachita test fintu fitatu kaili balandira ati ECL was poisoned. So if ECL was poisoned kuchita test ama organi ya tatu amatumbo nga fyakulya and then the liver and also the kidney. So these three organs are the ones which are tested, and they don't take out the organ. They take a tissue sample, babika chemicals to determine if there was poisoning, whatever, if there is a whatever, if the result comes there was some poisoning, then they do a further test to determine what kind of poisoning. So it's only 3 parts: liver, kidney, na stomach. So tulero kumfwa nomba ati we need a full report on what organs exactly were stolen. So I think maybe for public security, I don't think wakachita release ama results publicly, but I think they will be leaked. Apatulendera fiance takuli file fisama pantu na lero kuru
Mama president
kwai
nchipsheko vyo mfyashwanti mayo amlenga badoti ushe kote eyalulingire okutira uli omubiri benga yasenda mu mochari ero mochari kumbira nguchari shani
awe akwesho kyali
sabili abantu abekita beshibe liliashi abantu abengisonga mwalondolanga bana mayo I think abantu balaba tokunchi bana nene shagira kali liliashi
kuli mama kuli judgment ilia government ya winine ukweba ati umubiri basende kuno babweshe kulonga mleyibukisha
kwaila ibukisha kwaila
number 1 ilia judgment ilia bawine omulandu so nombafta bawine n'omulandu ba government family bali chitapio ku Supreme Court. So yali ku Supreme Court balingire okuya ku court mu May okuya mukumfuati ya mumulandu wala abashani. So before tafira chitika fyonsefi ifyashire chitika fyakweba ati bena efyo bayire kulya ku mortuary nokweba ati time night talapse
baya bepo bufi ku mortuary kulya ku two mountains ero bayire bakapokola okuya bapiki muna bali abantu kulya
bakapokola bamzambia
baku South Africa
bayire na bakapokola baku South Africa na baku embassy okuya bapiki muna kulya okweba ati bachite release omubiri. So kaili bakapokola n'enfuti bala abantu bali fwa wangu kweba ati bachinkule ba family atufu elifiri kuno. So after basendo omubiri ulya ero bashere nomba baeba ba family ati ufu elikuno efitike kulya beshire basa kusendo omubiri. So family ni share ufu ilefyo efa bayile chita bayile pela bayile ku court muku chita kunali court order yako bati bali abantu babwesho omubiri because umulandu ukiri mu court. Kwali ba appeal ili active. So tabafire basendo omubiri pantu umulandu tabala chita determine ufire waisa mu me emkwai. So nomba babe bati immediately order yali yako bati omubiri babweshe immediately apopene but icho tena government tabachitire fe bali chita ignore bachita ignore umubiri bachiri nawo.
So umubiri basendere kuma 18 hours bamema mama basendere kuma 18 hours elo kuma 22 hours babe bati bwesheni elo babasula elo baisa bwesha umubiri ba usungo obushiku bonse paka babwesha the next day. Continue badot
Emkwai taba president share the following day. If you share chitika pa Wednesday last week. Thursday, balala na omubiri. Pa Thursday kachero 8:30 batwala omubiri ulya. Mukoya mukuchita autopsy post-mortem. Ukwabula family. Ukwabula fidaba umfwene pantu yo ine judgment balela ndapo. Yali pera ama conditions that if you kuchita autopsy post-mortem pafide pa ba family member. Pafide pa ba bodyguard babo baje. Pafide pa na bambi. Ukuchita witness if you feel
apo ba doti apo. So they didn't have authority to do autopsy tabakwete. Because iyemina ndoyo baba lembesha chibali kwata poisoni ileisa mkuiranda pa 29 May. So ero basenderi omubiri ati baleisa mkushika ku Zambia mwamona. So twalilireni hapo opo basenderi omubiri ati baleisa mkushika.
Tabari ingile ukuchita post-mortem wawe patilena gaya post-mortem.
Hello.
Yesterday last from 8:30 to about 14:30. After that, the post-mortem we have about to abandon body. Right, shattered sheshes. Right, still abandon body. Never ECL Paula.
After president Makebi number fika bayasanga number real police South Africa court order real police South Africa if number bajilesanga nombo umubiri okoba ubiki yoko nomba bamono kwebati Katimba bali pakuwiba nomba bawulete ku Zambia fast uyo mubiri nokubira tabawubirire wali feko fini amapatsi yekwe bantu kwamba nombo kaka umubiri n'amawaya okwelesa mapapata mtude but what you can continue my sister
why if your number Richard Mosokwan ba Makebi afabambiro so number kaidu mubiri ulya ukwabati babuwe keshemo kulya ku Two Mountains bali tina liability bali ukana kaidi lishina baule paula so if your number ba Makebi bambiro kula shungu
usunge wala shupo kusungwa because now they bawukwa so wala shupo kusungwa twala usunga shani mubiringa bawule pula ula shupo kusunga so kaba usende my sister you can continue
kwa so nombe fe kwa yukusunguluka paka bayasanga oko bayasunga nombo mubiri w'abalungu ero nombe shashire pakusha baye bati festival salanda after kwali ati first kwali ati body na iluba ayimba milenga kwali ati body na iluba kwa sababu government atawe the bodies in our custody
batata bamunkonge kuti mwakonke nyapola imo kulondolola ipongo lyalo bamunkongwe twafweniko bantu vimotindikirela batanola yafulungana
emkwai awe ili ashimandira bena Zambia n'abafulungana elo kaidire londololwa kulekana so abantu abeshiyo kwechinga chachine ya post-mortem yali bangikwa
but napokela phone ya papene pali abanje bati abantu bamo baletuma amafoni ili nopo balunguta balaya sendo omubiri wabo. There are some people who were calling people nokweba chibali bamona balunguta bafa phone napokelela apa
abena Zambia bengi bafume mu mfinfi because abafu barechita kwani befa kwa batika bwala la isa mtu bapanga ndo bamitero umuti mware ko kutontonkanya nomu
so nomba ineni mfurungana nomba abantu kuchibalela ndati balunguta bafa bali mona balungu bati 2 days later umubiri wa balungu bawiba phone yachipokelela apa ifo bafuma mukunjeba tamwafyumfapo imwefyo. Okay.
Social media agents achambeni obera koswe abakalemba achambeni okulanda ati twakimumona oyalemba twakimumona oku kwashara fepanono baramwikata
so nishabalela ndevyo nishi bantu baba babuteko ebalela ndati twakimumona ulo chirishani
abantu nishtabeshibi yaba byambo kurafuma twakimumona okusonomba edo bayimine kukola mukusenda ya body kalemba kakushinga nina arandiro kuba twashara 4 hours nishibamwikata nababe nabalanda tishani twaraba mwana balanda tarifwa so olo bayire kulya bafika akasuba Wambo kumisha body around 15 hours, the body was shireta twashi. Up to 18 something. Waruisha body wapoka. Wapoka body. Yali yako wati kuisa kuzambia. Nomboro wapokele ya body, bastana announce kwa wati nomba body ya wama wako ya government because nishinawe shiningisho kwa batoko twapoka bodi okuyireta takwabyo kwafya abapangane chiriro akataramukira amani posters family y'abarungu bagikire organize somewhere bakwe batinga bafika nishibakabesha yabara ndire firabachinja ngabayishirera ndapalire yako batukashika nangu family kayiko so wali pere shoko batibashika ya bodi pandino wako ya wonomba nomba kwa sababu panga bote wasenda ya bote wasenda bakoti bapera koti wote kwa bati iwere after bakoti bapera ya koti wote bote iwere wa government batuma abantu babo atirandeni ku lembeni fast at bote na biba bote waiba bote waiba so ya koti wote wakabesha febali bakwa twishinga ku katwishi ku current babomba ku bati yakukana bati wena bali yakali ku so eto wasaka mbara pesa mbali acha wasa chitati uyu wasai vama meters firefu postire Emmanuel Mwamba ambeni okulanda chimakepi zuru irakochoda vambo kuchimfyanya na iya bakerenkere abaku mochari naita lapse judgment yaku high court nomba bantefu bafuye baishiwa omulando walifumire ku high court walire ku supreme court namapepala kale balembere ku supreme court valerorera va government uko asitakola ku supreme court tawalingira okuya kulya kunandikani ku high court so nomba basamufokwe bati okiwotenaandika pa social media vaiva abantu bawatambeni kwe bamwambati wabufi postenilya judgment yaku high court atyo wando walichitalapusi abene beka baipostira achipa nawo batenza mu yakusenda bodi nomba ku airport kulya vakanyo kubapera line flight yabo bajibese ku Zambia omubiri twara utora kwisi kuya kura kwine vakakawire foto vakakaura nokuyasha bodi kuyibika za claimed bodi uwo bushikundero ndorap waisha first bodi vamukupozinga kuraba ishaza ni claimed body so ubushikubonze waretontonkanya James Adriches ale pishamu twara sitashani ali birenga sana tukukwa bu James Adriches wacho uruchero waretontonkanya twara sitashani kuchera kulecha yasa chinja nomba chawe lwata kuracha ushikufe sana ile amukucha vachinja tibode na iruba because nishwaishvoka vabode vafiro kuitwara vaitwara kurazanikire mutibode soro ravaitwara nikire mutibode kweva vantu vavo kweva tinomba kunyeni news at bode naveva bode naveva te vamacape zulu the following day nishibode iri kurazanikire mutibode vale pishamu vamacape zulu vanina again vasaisana prime no kature yanomba ilya filatwa episha kuri vakoti vali vekuisha tirefo kuchita postmortem ama investigation ulya polisi yotuvomfye pakuchita maoperation nomba ilya kesi yakwa polisi vakoti vakaiverenga mume ngakuvasuminisha kuchita postmortem nangu kuvakanya ni mume yoro ileisa so vaishire vomfya ilya vapolisi vachinja nomba iyi anikire mutibode ili suspected as a poison, so it's free to watch the post-mortem. That was 8 hours. From 8 hours, ulowa kwemba suwa saine kura kumochadi, which are non-government officials, umu inowa shire saina, na kuli operation ya unclaimed body. From 8 hours, operation had taken 5 hours, up to 14 hours. Vamacape Zulu kura vafika vajaji vambire kufara bode ubushikuka irikoti odana vapanga bode tairevwera kumochari wacha bode tairevwera uchitamonomba involved vapolisi vambire kufwaya bode iri kuisa vamacape Zulu valeisa nishuria roya vafamili na vapolisi valefwaya bode yaishire moneka ubushiku kuma 21 to 22 hours panchende para vapangire operation from 8 to 14 paro vaingire vasanga bode kavasangire ko polisi kavasangire ko vakuembasi vasangire bode yeka ikatuishinga vamufwire vyati vaisa mukusenda bode zaranganeni mwevadyapo efe vamuswa vaisangire muri bode na vamacape Zulu again after vasangwa ko vati bode vaisanga vasachinja ati awe yo bode ne vapolisi vasendere ukuyapanga postmortem vari kwange vakuchita suspect poison nomba vapolisi vale varorera mume ukuvachita grant permission nangu not grant permission pari postmortem so fiance fyatitike pari bode the whole story is illegal kaparipo chintu chiri chinge chiri chonse nangu nga valireta bode ku Zambia it's illegal so lyonse lyashore valera ndapari inonjita it's illegal vareta rite fishinga vene fyavo fyofyo valere charo efyaendere bode so nomba after bode ilavarivura because valya vamochari tavatara varara poturoko bode yaikagira kuria pari 10 months avantu vafe munshira shakusana kusenda bode nshira yakufwayo kuiva nshira yakufi ero bode ivambire kuifwaya from hospital ero varungu vafwire na vahospital na vena vari muvafya varefwa vasende bode hospital so vapafwire varungu bode vaifwaya tapatara pavapo mutende so na vena vala vamochari vaishera ndatawo kwena ifwe twachura pali ibodi kuno mukuu awe iwera kuno abantu ava lyonse vesa mukusempera fe bode tuaveva vesa vekuri bode tuarandefi vesa vekuri bode So if area chiri apali board so nombapa our government bafuire baskari ame pusha ya Supreme Court iyo family yala ndiro kweba tifwe ila judgment yako high court yako eba tibote wa government basende bafoto wakanine ni fine so nomba balelera wa government basuke amalizoni ya pere ba family namba ba government tabasuke babutukiro kwa senda bote munshira yabo so bafuire bayasuka kulya ile apa first again bafuire bayasuka bali contact ya kana bosha bote again kuri la judgment baile senda bote ngeo wao msese bafuire bayasuka because bafuire basenda bote iba family ba family bapera ba embassy bafuire bapera ba government bote bafuire paba baba physician ba yash Yana tabali ngiro kula shara pali bodi ishtayo onse. Even na judgment la yana wala ndirati yo wabo mfeshana yana wali to befundi. Na pera mkwai kwanto muntu mara umusanga na kuina ite na wale kana steyine. Tia kufunga na umaru ba na umara tewe itoke. Ale kana da steyine limbitu wa wipa wa muma. Wala mfisha jifukushi.
President.
Madam President, sorry, this is contribute for Valanda. There's one part I think which is missing. In terms of abantu tabeshi besitike nga mwachirondo rapali order idaba kwete apa 25th August 2025 mwaisalondo rafuma last because sometimes kula bika abantu ma isofintire fialenda so that much to understand. Remember padaba batwele ku court ba family baba lungu there was an order to say tabafire umubiri ufire waikala kula kwende ku mortuary and then for anything if you feel only the family the bodyguard, the doctor, and a representative from, I don't know whether the court or whatever, should be there before Tabalasendo movies, Ukufuma Kudiaku, mortuary. So, number of government, Ilibaide, Baleland that yo, Niba Police Works Africa, Kudia, but because the Police Works Africa, Balesta investigating, Ili Ashida Kwebati, Kwali, poisoning to that. But they used the court order ilaya alikuwa kwebati bafire basendo omubiri ukuya na okwisa kuzambia nkushika ile bali na okuzambia nkushika tabala ndi court order daya ndo kwebati bali amku lepulo omubiri awe so baile kudya mufu ndungu ukweba bali aba kumoncha ukwebati twaisa mukusendo omubiri because tufire twatwala kuzambia mukushika mulango kwebati court order mwapokele imwe na family na ita lapse so baleba ku mortuary efo baba pele udi whatever ndo kwa di funfuna whatever efo bapoka udi omubiri nishiba apokele udi omubiri kwa isa family ashiri kwebati umubiri wabalungu waluba umubiri wabalungu baluba palape no mwacha ndo kwebati basanga tawo ba ambassador mwamba baisa bebati ambassador mwambale be profi and whatever. There was a statement much fila na oba mungongo kulanda po iyo bakabesha balembere through ZNBC ukweba bekala chalo kwebati iyo umubili ifwe as government to ascenda in readiness ukusa mukushika balungu a statement bakabesha bapangile then okay umubili namba ni shuri kwisa lidabale today nankali between 19 hours because balanga tumubili basende kuma 19 hours and then ba family nomba tatwisho mudoko wile umubili awe na ba government okay umubili mwa abantu bakolesa taulubile umubili ba government balanda tibasenda okay ba government basenda okay efo nomba ba lawyer ba makebi ba lawyer ba lunkusa Africa through ba makebi spokesperson paisa sana pa TV no kulando kwa batawa umubili ba government banati basenda but before tabala pusha na statement ba makebi kwa shile okuweba ati
mistake correct hapo. Mama ketu tawaishire kwa TV ukuranda twa.
Baishire pali ba mwamba. Baishire pali ba mwamba pana nkalipa EMV.
Mwamba para ndeko kwa mistake correct. Para baishire kwa nishi bali kumochari. Ushumubiri wa usanga.
Oh, para nishi mubiri wa usanga. No, okay. Sorry. But nachoso kulande nati. Baishire bebo kwebati. Umubiri naba yeba. But between the 1930 and 22 hours, I said baloya baba lungu kula Africa engaged na mama Kebi. They got an order to tell the government what wakwesha umubiri kumochari. But umubiri nataba uwesesha kumochari.
Mbana abakashi bibika ko clear picture. Baraba roya baba family. Baraba umfuyo ko bacu umubiri wafuma kumochari. Wama judges one said Valisa ima baba parain pali wa online no la ala.
Kai de fondera nda order ba pere baba.
Konista baraingira mu maketi.
Mutabadimo. Musa fondera nda I think tamla fondera nda. Ndera ndo kwebati nishi. Remember Makepi is a spokesperson, so in whatever reason you feel about engaged in the family and whatever. I was referring to the order of events.
Okay. All that but priceless. I think to person kutarikana because a lot of people probably line people want to come up. So bamunkonge balanda, ba notes balande. Just make your notes so that umuntu ngana alufi nyama isafi pindura ngaisa time yenu so that tulete kwa bantu kuri queue kuisoko. So I think we are priceless. Yes, no matter kaidi mwambo kula tari kana ba mungonge balande fina imo mwalande. So ndeba nati let's have order so that one person talks ngamampuisha and then the other person talks. So that it's not back and forth between the two of you. Can you finish your priceless and then wa mungonge mupuishe and then wa not sibese. Thank you.
So the Dama send the order area is already a good statement and then after Uluchero number between 22 hours and 8 if a number from Zambia Kusa Africa Uluchero but I think by Kasuma by Lefka Kudia Ubushku Bambo for Mubidi and all that between the government and whosoever was involved in it, but post-mortem, which was not supposed to be done. And we only learned about post-mortem later on after remember when Bamakebi Baisha supported by EMV to update the nation of which even when he was about to go, actually sometimes when you're talking I'm events, but anyway, if you no kulondolola abekala chalo kweba chawe na bachita postmortem so apatuli kuno so that na umubiri na tusanga nomba so eso nomba kwali ukubika gwino no kusenda mwayibukisha flash ya binono kulanja ati malukula letala ne chitumbi pala mwandu wakwebati ida body basi badaba lesungo mubidi na kale bali keno kusenda omubidi mulando wakweba chafine bachondolo bamunkonge bali uchitire temperways nangu ni mama chikamoneka mulesunge ekintu bayiba futi muntu ayisambwesha mwana akanokuba ti chintu mwachifunya munganda mwachiwesha shani munganda futi tetumusumile so aso balaba mountain bagena okutira tumubiri wabalungu ubwekere kulya but mama no ubufufu ndungu wabantu bayisambu kutwika bamakebi ukweba timalukula laba mukanyo kweba tibode ye kulya but bamakebi laba musukwa efo bafairo kwa kweba ti bayasungusha omubiri wabalungu uko balandira ti ukuli bwino uko bamwena ti ukuli dignity and everything. So mano
natukwata line mwe bantu ba Jeremy natukwata line from ba munkonge bachilalanda ba madam notes balelolela so ba munkonge puisheni
apo bachiranda tinachalira sana apo emira ndushiri kona shikula baraba kumochali balishibye okwebakira bode pakufuma muli judgment iliyonsera ngwibe lapse nga kwalire test judgment abantu abalesomesha ku mubiri aliponse bena tabalingira okufumako tabalingira okushalirako so walaba kumochali n'ababatobala ndo owakwasikana mubengalamira ati ira judgment yali balapse ira judgment nga yali balapse balingire bahita bali nchaji ku mubiri n'okwisa abapeera omubiri so pali fyonse fe process ya mubiri nangu twalondolole fishani ni tamwali kishinga ekiri kyonse ira judgment babomfeshe tayabako because omulando waba ku Supreme Court so balingire baya ku Supreme Court because ba High Court ebasuminishe family okuyitwala ku Supreme Court nomba ninsambunshi ba High Court abashiboko bati omulando waba ku Supreme Court ninsambunshi esho bakwete okwisa abonshaira lapse kalonga chakwe bati uli omulando waikere pa High Court nawaya ku Supreme Court so fyonse fyakitike fyabufuntungu kano ferimbinga pali question iyo barefo okwipushare direct yako bakitinasuka because fyonse fyo babombere tapali kishinga okufikana lero nefyo bareki tapali lero fyonse tapali bishinga nangwiraine bareki tokola kyo barefo ayo obubiri tibayipushashana ati barefo obubiri tabara yamukurugurula.
Okay, thank you, Bamunkonge. Thank you, Bamunkonge. Banotsi, you are next. But that's in request to join. Bamelengana mixta drop na badoti na mixta add. Some people need to come up. Okay, but Jeremy Landeniko, but that's in request to join. Kuriaba lefo ku join, huh? Epusheni. Abusha tuishire mkulando wa mono mubiri wa balungu pano. Okay, number why mula ipusha whether na limono mubiri wa balungu. Nishi mula ndipushi shefyo.
Mura kumocha lyukuri umubiri wako anepatira amukumura umubiri wako nangu murarorera te yakushika ora mwana kote viewing ngabasumisha bene ba mubiri walitara mu yako kumocha lyukaya mukufaya friend wenu transa mukumura umubiri wako area shiripo
kuti bakwikata obuloshi because balungu chiro chabo tachapita. So ufire ukwete fyensambu yako mwana balungu lupwa lwabo. Ne. Tumona pakushika ngawaya kumochari kulya mukufwayo omubiri wa muntu. Kuchi bakwikata no buloshi. Because aba like ne bamayo balifwa yes. Na batatero bafuire we went inside the mortuary only family. Na bali aba bomba aba close. Abanchito na balabe na bale afudisha. Yes, I entered the mortuary inside before my father was put in the casket to identify him. Bushani ba wiso chachi ne bonse tu alingire mu moto abalolesha mu mortuary ni shede ya kushika. Na de tu alelelo bafuire from the Pakitwe Central paria. My father died in Kitwe Central. So from the ward we were there until baleko mweo tuwarolera ba doctor basaina bakusaina and then we walked na doctor na ba malukula benyabo twayenda mwalishi ba mortuary ile akalya Pakitwe Central. We walked and deposited our father in the mortuary. Twamala nokumona mu fridge baba bikirero twafumako. And the next time was the day of burial twayolu chero. Ni mwiso muri ba wishenu twaya twatinta drawer ni again, we are the one who went on the day of the burial to show abakuwami omubiri. That time takwadi amasent and takwadi kuiwamisha mwebeni. So mu community abachikalamba eba ishena ife twayabalanga mu fridge mwali batata ero twafuma babafika before he put in the coffin. Again, is this your father? Yes, twababi baba become coffin before tabala isala coffin chapwa. As a daughter, nomba inene muntu fye kutina ya in what capacity kuya mumocha mkumo na mbili wa balu nguyo wachira ipshap. Muni bapuwa na ma brain yenu ya mwari befi shishi mwari befi doyo mumitwe. But me send that to my organization. That's why na ma brain number you have stopped reasoning. You are talking quite few puba fye quite one no wa fye mairo. Uma mukuru fye wa katana wa kashina wa na can come and ask a stupid question like that.
Kindly hold on.
I'm the host, yes, that's why I'll not accept you, Puba Pamo. Don't come here and insult us. You don't know how it is. That's why we are defending the Lungu family, because some of us, we have walked down this road. Nobody can lie to me. Unless I was not there on my father's deathbed and saw the doctor certify his death certificate and walk my father from the ward to the mortuary. But Narifipitamo, I walked that road when my father died. From the deathbed until certification dead to the mortuary to Aenda to Ayababika. The whole process, I was there. Nobody can lie to me. So don't come here and start trying to bring some bullshit. Excuse my French.
Can I contribute here?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that was a silly question, to be honest. How do you come on a channel like this? On a sensitive matter, you come and ask questions, what mass setting? No, that should not be entertained. I mean, we're not joking here. It's a life we are talking about.
I know.
Do you know what? He doesn't know what it means to lose a parent. And he can come here and talk nonsense. What that bullshit, you are right. So anyway, my issue is that, you see, the way I see it, their intention was that they get the body and come home, because they had already prepared people in Zambia to do a mock funeral, you know, using fake relatives. So that was their intention. So when they got to South Africa, they managed to get the body, but where they had a problem, and it was that after they had at night, they had the court ruling to say no, they should return the body. They couldn't now get flight permission. It would have been difficult to take that body out, because there's already a court ruling to say they should take the body back. Now that's where they got into a pickle. So when they got into that pickle, they realized, so what are we going to do? They communicated to our boss. So our boss, when they communicated, said, okay, can she in the employment? So for my minute, I think rumor has it that it is alleged they left at 2 a.m. So they reached Kuraku, South Africa. They actually converged. It is alleged that they converged and did body viewing prior to the what do you call this?
Mutilation.
Prior to Kubakakaula, they convened, because now they realized they were now looking for solutions to Alaji Tashani, because we really wanted the body. Now that we can't get the body, and then it is alleged that somebody said these body parts so that to send it. You know, that is when they went for that mutilation. After that, because now they got in a pickle, and that is what got themselves in. They were now thinking, because they were present, they went to do body viewing Kuria. You know, you've even seen the photos. They were all present in that Kuria Kunan before the mutilation. So that is what transpired. Now my question is this: what I don't understand is this. How is it that the South African, it's
it's gross violation. Why is it that the South African government didn't issue an arrest warrant? Because I think it was something they liaised of South Africa. Because I cannot see how they had so much courage to do all that they did without anybody to say, you issue arrest warrant, you stop them immediately and get the body. Why couldn't the South African government do that? That is my question. Because they had so much time to mutilate. They had so much time to do this and this. How does that happen in a foreign land? It doesn't make sense. It means it can only be with the blessing of the president. I submit.
Thank you. Ava, Emily? I think by priceless is your turn. Although yeah.
No, priceless,
Okay, go ahead, by Emily. But that's I'm trying to add you.
Just to add on to what Mama Notes has mentioned, the sad part about the whole thing is after your body, the body was dumped. That's the best word I will use. You can claim the bodies, whatever form accident, body bag, and it's very sad for the former head of state who is
so body right afterwards mutilated over here it's dump kudia.
It was dumped to forensic Pretoria. That's a public mortuary where they put unclaimed bodies. That's where it was dumped.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it's a wow.
After Vapusha Yosen, to Bafiro Kwakwe, Batua two mountains, Babakani, at Tefimachi Center Board, we cannot get this. They tried to look from where they can leave it from. The only solution they had was Pretoria, forensic in Pretoria. Oko Basunga Aman claimed bodies.
Because they'll take anybody. Wow.
In those lines. You can't treat a former president like that. Criminals, honestly, because they should have easy dignity even they were in death, but they didn't care because they had already done whatever they wanted to do with the body. If you saw that clip when he was given an update, Kuma 2140, Makebi didn't look himself. He didn't look. He was so traumatized because he couldn't believe it. Normal people could body of our former president who and claim the bodies. That's the worst part about the whole situation. That's what I can say for now. Thank you.
This is very confusing.
Imagine.
So after baule Paulo mubiri, soko baule pawiri, the tekuli yoko ba usangire.
Tekuli.
Mutilation, they post-mortem because they didn't have an order to do autopsy. Why they send organ harvest? They went to harvest the organs.
2 mountains, but 2 mountains,
after Nishna, they harvest some organs.
Dumping a forensic. Body bag. And I don't know how far true it is that Valley Filokutunga, it was Mawai, just to make the skin to get together. We just imagine people can go into those lines.
So maybe it wasn't even that Indian woman because I'm a medical personnel, they know how to bring it back.
To do it,
yes.
That's what I know.
So the professionals, they know how to cut and bring it. We know. Yeah.
But it's like they failed to put the body back.
So it means it wasn't a qualified person who opened Balungu.
I don't think so.
And those people, abakapokola baliko, abalechita, abashare witness or whatever, but those are not South African cops. Those were from here. We don't know whether they are cops or they are cadres. We don't know. They came from Zambia.
Ababene bale English enchito amakada. Ba 7,000. Ababene ba 7,000 yecho babengishe nenchito pa kuti bese mukuchite chiro cha balungu fya sokoloka ba GKD aralandeni ko. But kwena
That was bad one.
Ngatamuli ready by GK, by Mr. MP. But Dasin, can you exit and come back? Maybe Alam Isumi Nishoku join. I'm trying to add you, but Dasin, like leave and then come back.
Hello.
Hi, GK.
Kunipumi, how are you? And everybody. Yeah, this story evokes a lot of emotions. And to be honest with you, I've looked around to think of what to talk about in this incident. But I ask myself, how do I leverage this story of inhumane treatment of the former president into winning our elections in August, that this thing does not reoccur again to somebody? I know we want to know the process and progression of what took place in South Africa and the inhumane treatment of the former leader. But I want us, if I may ask, please, I apologize if I offend anybody. I want us to leverage this into winning our elections in August. I want us to find a way of informing the nation, more especially people in the rural, a way of, I'm sorry to use this term, they use it here very much, to get the sympathy vote. That way, we remove the person that is in office today. That is all I have to say at the moment, because to me, winning this election is more important. I know it is important to discuss the death of our former leader, former president of the country. But at the same time, is this elections coming in November, very few months ahead of us. And we cannot stop discussing this, but I want to discuss it with a way of leveraging it into winning the elections next year. I mean, in August. That's what I want to say, Queen Pumi and everybody else. Thank you.
I think Mwalande Fishinka, without beating around the bush, our focus, obviously we have to talk about this. Even our grandchildren will hear of it. Even our great-great-grandchildren, they should hear of this abomination so that it never happens again. Can you imagine what they do to ordinary people? Where umuntu afafye, do we know what they have? If do we know? Twarishiva? We don't. But this happening has showed us that this is what they do. And this is why they have been insisting so they can harvest organs. And the whole process is illegal. So I don't think we should, as much as we are hurt, we should multitask. To answer Bakalonde, is like we should multitask. Apa ifile chitika fingi. Remember, this thing has been intensified because the period to the election date is shortening. It is a master plan to destabilize us emotionally in our campaigns, in parliament. There is that ECZ electoral bill which is supposed to pass. Mamona to busy. We have been distraught for almost 1 week now. But nominations are coming up. There is that bill which they are supposed to sign. Abantu bambokulalanda, balungu na babamona, alive. All this is destabilizing us. We are now talking about people who saw Balungu. How did people see Balungu last week when people have been saying Balungu has been gone 10 months? But again, this is a challenge to you, Mwewa Suminama UPND. You people who are paid to push the UPND narrative. Is a shame on you. Mwamona, you are the reason why this has happened to Balungu. If every Zambian stood together and supported the Lungu family, we wouldn't be here. But because the lies and the propaganda of Bakabesha, they have cheerleaders, and this is why we are here. I don't know. You can't pay me enough to scandalize somebody's death. Ingani bondwe naraya nje bondwe. I swear. I am going to eat bondwe. Kutina yadi afe nefishishi. Over scandalizing somebody's death. I can't do it. This love of money is what has brought us here. We have failed to unite, even condemn a wrong thing. We are part of scandalizing a widow. Banalungu is cruel. How can you not bury her? Who doesn't want to bury her husband to move on? Who doesn't? Do you think Banalungu na batema feed everybody? At this point, we should be standing with her. People are scandalizing her. This is what we need to do. We need to speak to the conscience of these people supporting this government so that they stop. People need to stop supporting this government and call it out. And then we focus also if it comes parliament. Because the ECZ biunga yapita mwebantu nishtuwaingira mu Uganda formula. Idi amini areli abantu. Teyu mwale mwana kwa chikwangala file bale landa ati Museveni formula. Paka mwai mwena nomba abantu baya nani baya tapa yuku ichile panu mwaishiba mwema supporte fya bupuba. Don't come here and start saying ikale nifi when our president has been dehumanizing death. Let your father wakayekaka ulaba wisoro kese landa tikale nifi because info ila kalipa. Me, I just think of my father and I miss him. But imagine to have a memory of it's injuring all of us. What's more, the Lungu family. So it's not in your place to tell us ikale nifi. Na underground kingdom. You are part of the organization. And we need to get rid of you from this government. You have no place in the Zambian government. But Mr. MP Landeni, you are not even Zambian. Some of you didn't be mulima foreign. Oko babe efya kukaka ulana. Pantu muzambe tatwa fish, right? But this is foreign. Mr. MP ba the SNW. It actually not defin. Era abantu bale sapano bale chitakwa tuishire mkwangala pano. Imagine how Banalungu bale umfwa. We don't even know half the details because some of this information is sensitive. Tatuishiwe nama details yonse.
That's true.
They have to hide some of the details for national security purposes. Ndemyevanga mwananga na mwishiwe fichitike kulia. Kuti kwaba ngani kufyalo fimbingana lusaka ila na bocha.
I'm telling you.
If I'm telling you the thing, if you tule mfafya pamuru, mulalanda Muzambia mwadi ba peace, but peace has a limit. elo pali ba mubana kashe bachituma pali ba mwamba cha abantu balefa mubuke enkondo mu Zambia because kufyalo kumbi bala tafenga wa raping omwana kashi bala kocha town ku raping afena mayo Patim fwe ya fina mwa mkubule chitumbi chamu nenu mwafunya kwa ma private parts ayo. Pule umfata ma private parts bali senda.
No, baba, je kaya tutarubi kafianta dansi.
Aya kafianta, that's why if you are sokoloka. You know this thing, if God is not in this thing, balungu ngabali bashika twalabana kufifo, you know how banawakwi was there done. Mwali monechiro cha banawakwi for chai. Fimbi fie cha fina fie. Fish baba chile banawakwi. But balungu refused for this thing they have been doing to people to be done to him. That's why they will do those things, but then they will be caught red-handed. That's why they are being caught red-handed, to be exposed. Eno nentunguru shishimwe shishine shamu Africa. Abe ngyomo baba manda we odumumwini. Because how can they allow it into faith? Umuntu president kuya mkakaola. Limbina yena alibali mupera kwa chingo kuni balungu. Pakucha ya asumi nishati. Balungu baba chitefi. Mwali mona kuku ama election ili abantu bafuire kuku Tanzania bayiminyo obushikuku yakulya. Who does that? It's making sense. Bachimba kambwiri. Tamwa ufere bachimba kambwiri yababekete ati mwali kisokomo bababikire. Bachimba kambwiri ba Dr. Chimba kambwiri. Remember the story of when he got arrested. Baba tuwala kuka police station yuko ati babukire ne kisoka. What did JJ tell us? JJ talandile pa fisoka. Andi bakambwiri atibali ne fisoka. Nomba insoka fye ile ine insoka ya kwaresa. Nga yakumanyi omuntu ira suma. Ingani insoka fye ile ine fye insoka ya kuingira mu room na ulala. It will attack you. So ni insoka ya shani yako bati na ulala mu room na ina ya isalala. Mwe bantu bakwaresa. Answer me. Good evening.
I think Mwandini, if you're Mleranda, as Zambians, we need to pray. We need to pray. Because it's a satanist. We need to pray very hard. Because imagine, honestly, Barungu Badi for all Baba Mwene, but in Shbadia Mubakakaula, no Baba Mwene Quiz.
Nishi damenda tababa mwanda weodi ababale mona tibale mona bale mona balungu tabali mwanda weodi na bende
I know what they are going through. Umuntu shafisha ko yababalera ndefya kulondoruka unless church tikira olobakashinisha olo balungu bene fafina balebe bati na bapapa kalama ala abachusha. Thank you.
Mwandini iriri ashiri yako bacha abantu bali mona balungu nishi na imo mwadi bakuanda world kuri anga mwamwenesha ni balungu pantu balungu bafa 10 months ago. Someone can come and say they saw balungu lungu who has been dead 10 months. It means na iwo wineula ya kuri yaku ine kuanda world. Tulolele JJ akesa atueva. JJ says he has more. He gave us some of the names. And now, Bambia Machine, I think they are too sensitive. Ukubalumbula. That's why he is giving them time. Ubalabantu na benabaya mukulapira. Opo JJ tabalaisa mkubolula. because techulanda chiwali mwana balungu abafwa unless ne ola yakulya oko mwaire kumana na balungu ile pano pondi balungu shalanda na bena in life. I've never spoken to him, but the night that balungu died twali pano fine to be chunguru pa TikTok pa peni, we were just like 8 people tulelanda, and we didn't even know what was going on in South Africa kulia. And me, I was just like, awe inena my politics. And then we were here for almost 8 hours twalikere like almost 19 hours because you know like now only 15 hours kuno. So we were there the whole afternoon pakuma 19 hours twali 8 of us efo twafumine bwale na yana mkulala efo nalele. And that's the only time Balungu has come to me in a dream. Balungu came to me in a dream. Banjibati, don't stop politics. Baya no kuya. But I can't say nani mwana Balungu tabafwile. And that time Balungu was alive. He came to my dream and told me, don't stop politics. And then when I woke up, I saw a phone, I'm a messages, I'm a missed calls at Balungu Bafwa. I was like, oh my God, that's the only encounter I have had na Balungu. And it was in my dream. But some of you, 10 months Balungu balifwa. Elo mwaisati mule mwana Balungu. Mwachibana Balungu tabafwa. Which means na mwebe ne mudi bakuli ya kuine ku underworld. Because Balungu is on the other side, is a spirit. Okay? So even if I dreamt of Balungu once to encourage me in my political journey, I can't say Balungu nachibamona, no. I say nachilota Balungu baisanje bati, don't stop politics, continue. And today is another important day in Zambia. Mwamona, lelo what day is it mwe bantu bakwadisa? Ni birthday ya Kaunda, the founding father. Now look at what is happening. Today is, if this is not spiritual, then I don't know what is. Today is KK's birthday. How many years? He would have been 102.
Because so I wish could come to Tunganya to come with Kaunda, Navazambia, come with a Pampine, and request over and don't Kursa, a lot of our Zambia, Quali, but prayer of Mona Paramina Venasan, if you are Pala, Moses Masua, and the Eston Mulenga. So, and Stava in Girovista to number. I know child by Chauranda, so birthday of Kaunda. Neiran Tora Kuburanda, Shai Shwish Kubu, Shutka which again in a Pariva Rungu na Po, and Statuera and Napo Pariva Rungu. So, Kulumbako, all of them, I want to go my election, Mamma Queen. If you don't Muleran, Namulea for Abantu my elections, because of Muleranda, Mulay Suravan to a man, what's type of leadership to deny a Palino, Stapantunga Muleranda. I want to work as a Matinista Molandide because Bambita Veshive. If you were a Pacasol,
Taparina leadership, Pari Kuchumaranda, you need leadership, like Chamuzam, any dictatorship. Eh?
The land that's funding at Amuranda, this dictatorship type. Because when you want to buy Karamushi, Kavaishi, Pacasava, Mayo, Varungo, Wastavampia, Peramona, Kata. Maleranda vefimbi so grafile bambita beshive so maleranda deja pare finish mulai sura bantu amano yako bomja wino vote bafile baishiba busheba podkasara bantu bamsango shana ketfule tuwe sabe ko pretu kushwa kubaka tuchitira awa maleranda toka tutire first tufule tuwa chenchenja bushawa bantu bamsango shana chikankara sana. So nga tuleranda popali finish tulefona abantu kwisapota. Why is it? Because in histoire besura amano ko bataba abantu amapange bakwete pali monya nemitima bakwa ni shinefe bari kitalifi tulerande fire moneka.
だとレバベペシャーウェトレランダのフィレチティガソ
Mwana kwa tifumulera ndata mune sita participate in my elections. Munshira imbi mune sita participate in my apera mkwai.
Aba kulanda balande ko mkwai. So elia shirio. Twala no kuya twanaka. But you know, Ilia Shiriarelo, today is a spiritual day. It's an important day. It's KK's birthday. You know, we have just been, you know, that lawsuit here is where Balesumina no Sumina ate to Alisenda Mwefintu. Okay, Bakabesha, you are a lawyer. You are not even a medical doctor. For you to even start justifying if you're sending Kudiba Lunga, if you're sending. Eh? Who does that? Kupama kwashan. Okay, the lawyer kwe se omwaberenge ya kwe bati. In this case, Bakabesha, you are the one who took the Lungu family to court. So your lawyer should defend you. Nga kukonka fye Bakabesha tamufire nokula ipokolo kwe bati etu alisende fintu. Insoni ye buntu. Nga bachilemba feka simple statement but no kuti turefayo mubiri bapera popeni. But mwamona abantu balayikudika. People hang themselves. They're guilty. I don't know what word to say, the metaphor to use. Abantu abula fye ntambo mwini ambo kula ikoweka. Because one, Bakabesha, you are the one who took the entire Lungu family to court. So you can't be defending yourself. Your lawyer, you have engaged lawyers to South Africa. Why you are justified to take those body parts? Not in Mwebeni. Eh? You are accused of stealing those body parts and Wambokula Ikaka Wambokula defend taking those parts. Eh? When you didn't even have a right in the first place. You have no legal right, moral right, spiritual right, any right at all. Family right, biological right. You have no right to even touch or come close to the balloon. You have no right at all, at all, at all, at all.
And somebody asked that how can you translate this into votes? You know this.
Basi ba JDK. So kula eba fi abantu atumwe abantu moneni omuteko obu. Bwaya kakaula president wesu bamufunya ko netia kusenda ku mubiri ku mwako. Next wakala mingira fyo mayanda balemi kakaula. Nga bakumona business yobelenda bwino ba isa ku kakaula bale ya mukusenda pancreas yobe. Na tumfakali. We have heard how there is an underworld in people, high profile people in this government. They belong to the underworld. JJ said it. It's in public domain. If you want to hear the names, katambeni video ya kwa JJ, ipapeji and na papeji pa mwa kopoi. They are high profile people who are named to be in the underworld. And we all know, famambitu walefi umfuapi ya tinga, waingira uma underworld, kula umulopa. Every day you have to spill blood. No kula senda babruru bobe yabana bobe kula adia. Fima lomba. Basi yana maisen. Ba James Banda maisen. Landeniko. Inechi mfurishe chabantu kula landa chibali mona balungu. A week before balungu babakaka olomubili. People saying they were saying balungu baleyenda. So nishina mama abakudia ku underworld kulioko mwamwene balungu pantu balungu bafa 10 months ago is a spirit. So nishibambia abantu nabena ma spirit. Pakusi bale amkula kumana na balungu kwero baisa mkutu ebati twali kumana na balungu. What is the intention of telling us ati bali bamona balungu so that na bale foku tuipa ya orochinshi? I don't understand why people ngabaya mu ma spirit world limbi bali kwa tefu malomba baya kumana na balungu ero baisa landa baisa mkula eba ifo fe bali kuno kwa other side na tumuna balungu bale fo batu sende na ifo bende kulia ku underworld tulia mkula dilingana na ma spirit. It's some nonsense. Basi yena landeni kwa bali red bonse wali fo kulanda balandeko ine kutina lande efibilero namfulisha ulya. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. I think history of Malay Loti, Malay for a body,
nabachita request or nabachita appeal ku court vakavesha. I think it's so surprising and it's so sad that they can come back within a short period of time and ready for a body. Then the second part is, whoever, I think, is it 2 days ago, that the post-mortem or sent the body to South African government or South African police. It was not the Zambian government. How come that meter never it's so confusing. Are we being ruled by humans? Who are these people?
Master Nakana. Whatever JJ Balelanda. I think if you were saying oh my God. You have nailed it.
It's so surprising. I've been asking myself these questions like, are they really humans? What's going on? I can't really find answers to this. And who asked Bakabesha for him to go and admit at Nava send them body parts? And then Gaba Veba to question, do they have those body parts to bring back to the Lungu family? And what justification? Of course, by what process they were doing, they needed those body parts.
No, that is wrong. That is wrong. I think Muma forensic study ama autopsy ama body parts yale babula kofi ama sample ngani kumutima bamona. And then parapene balacha examine isura babwekisha mona mu mubiri tabasenda.
You know the sad part is they think all Zambians are down. If you never mona muntu akwata kofi olupia ati your proceeds of crime. Even abantu kusambirira, they think takwa wasambirira other than kateka wa bochakwasi. So nangubalera ndamako tbalera ndakubantu bashaya kona ku school.
Ukwaba na AI shino shiku. That nowadays the AI the perform yapa. AI you can ask it anything.
Because it's just so unbelievable that they can really be talking to us Zambians and to the world, because Tafire Pereira from Zambia, and how are they looking? How are people looking at us as Zambians?
Ama Zambia ninga bafi sumine fi ndemye babakala mingira fi munganda ba mikaka ola bakusenda no mutima. Abati no kutire. Bakala pangana mafundo kusuminisha okwebati the police can come and get your body part. If even never say mubiri wabalungu bale for kusenda.
No, this is so unbelievable, and I don't think any explanation can really justify any of these things. It's just a pity that we found ourselves in this situation as a country. It's really sad. Thank you, Apinkumi.
Thank you, my dear. Basiena bachifuna buli ba James. Muyumfa mwenso mwebantu. Ifintu fisangwa ati ifintu fisanga ati fisanga nishi. Abantu is like they're yeah.
Good evening, Queen Kumi and everybody.
Hi, Sienna.
It's close to 1 week from the time Balan Zilokweva to middle of ECL now. Between 22nd of April and 23rd. On 22nd, after the whole, I think, internet went ablaze with the stolen body, it took Bakabesha to come in the night and give that statement to say, it's if we as a government. 23rd, that's a day later, they conduct that post-mortem or whatever the mutilation or whatever they did with the body. The whole day, they were silent. 24th was silent until Wamakebi came and told people exactly the state of the body. 25th and 26th, this is afterwards. Abakabesha was silent at that point for 2 days, 3 days. I managed to confirm whether if you are confirm at that point. The next thing to church very ready to family. Okay? After 2 days, from 25th or 26th, but 28th, what do? Again to say, actually on 26th, the South African government, our police, because there was that SAPS issue, checking it because you had the case to say it was the poisoning case. as everybody is saying, I think Mwebena Zambia olokufa kumfa bwino olokufa and loyalty abakateka ne bumba lyabo. I think it's time that we saw through this. Because abantu lyonse fyo bachitolo bachitefe into mu bushiku. Beka bayisa mukufulunga nice, like it confuses them and they come to actually tell us. Because all these things, Bakabesha in the first place, maybe people would have just gone speculating. But how God works, God exposes them, makes them open their own mouth to actually accept, to say, without actually accepting, to say, what do? God again opens the mouth of Bakabesha to say, actually, now our body parts to Alisenda. Come on, can you even go and accept such? Because how do you even say no, we got some body parts? Because and obviously is attended the proper postmortems which are well prescribed. You can't harvest or whatever. And they number, but even agent appeal to say before.
You know, Basiena, I think it's self-confession. Yeah, I'm a video. Kuma international court. That is evidence. Yeah.
God just allows
yeah. But I confess
so that all of us should stop now speculating, but actually know what is happening. Because right now, I'll ask you a question. There's a name. I'll mention it. There's a name called La Charles Chimumbwe. Does that name resonate with somebody? There's a story of this man. Where this man had actually confessed that our own head of state belongs to a certain organization. And this case was taken to court. Okay? Charles Chimumbwe. Then later on, this case was in court. It's only that Tulalaba, then when certain things happen as Zambians, when that case was taken to court, this man says, no, checking up. What happened? They went, our head of state withdrew from that case. After can you show? Malishta withdrew from that case here court. What happened? This man didn't stay long. This man disappeared or died. The people that know this story can come and narrate it. These are some of the things that no matter how long certain things will take, and if you feel a fuma, you just think I think it's time that we sulame so our own relatives, our schoolmates, our college mates, everybody to say, I think enough is enough. When all these things are happening, look at the revelation of JJ. Chavinga was on ZNBC. Imagine ZNBC goes and captures Chavinga Puma finger.
Imagine.
There are a lot of other things that we could be dealing with as ZNBC, but we went to try and why even answer him? So that tells you something. As a people, I think we can do better. Let's find good leadership. And with all this, we should even thank God that these things now exposed to and we are able to see them. We stop now speculating. Papa, we can see. And where is our president silent? He had they watched the young Africa room at Valley of Africa, 6 hours, very Casamoko, of Macasama straight is what in. So that wishing a very munganda, then what happens? We know that his motorcade, one of these last night, 23, the sweeper, Yadi Bunkanatari, so this singer, Bana Mikatoko. So 23 hours, where was that motorcade coming from and where was it going? Because that sweeper of the president, it had an accident with that singer, Daddies. So the question is, he was, but Daliso was in the vehicle, yes. So the question is, where was that sweeper coming from Wabakateka at that time? Yes, we know obviously intoxication by our own singer and everything. These are some of the things that we should ask ourselves. Why are these things happening? And no problems. So I think it's time that we spread the word. Let's continue spreading love and telling the opposition, please unite and we vote for you. we'll find someone to vote for. At the moment, we know who we are not voting for. I think that's what the message should be. We know who we should not vote for. Look at the defections. Nishtabashte defected. You're on say such that defected. And then we call it a political. Come on. We've seen politicians defect even in the first term. I think we should know it. We can do better. Thank you so much, Penpomi.
Thank you, Mama. Yeah, I wondering.
No, Baba Sena, that story of Charles, is it on the internet?
It's been there. I think from Chingora. Okay? So this thing was there happening. I'm not sure whether it was captured by then by a lot of, there are certain cases that come, but it's been in court and it was circulating at some point. But probably it's one of those cases where a few people just hear it and spread it like it's a rumor. So, but it's there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But funabuli mwaisen. Mwaisen match funabuli. Tuleana mkuisara ine nina kamwandini. Ubu teko ubu kutibwa kutwala mkueshua.
And the system of this government, the chief of Valechita, Nabaquata system, Yakovati, Navachite Chintu, Chavina Zambia Vala, and Dange Finetura and Tapamatic. Fiala Pereda Femokuranda Fiala Pitanokopita. It's not good, wow. And Javan to Avina Zambia, Valley did a Filamba Valley, Ponya Filipali, Mochomundava. And Munwe, Nalabu Jaquechim. Munwe, Ngava. Usonta kwa wali mtunga leo waliko usonta lero munonga wakusonta pamenso bishiro kwebati umunwe bali ise tipu pamwe. So if you formulate that gamwa chite chintu cyabena Zambia ngabalanda balaliko kulanda chisuma mule ise ndira fya mashamura matipu. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, James Bandala and Deni Opota Tulaya.
So yeah, I think my point that as Mazambian, I think we have got the work to do to change our government, because the government sit it and is and taona what they can do. Uyambira even panene hapa pa bodi abalungu amalira abalungu. Then walungu tili na maliro whereby timvera kuti daliso anampoka katundu milandu zambiri zenzoenda even pali wana walungu whereby if nga wana walungu walina ma cases where alungu senzo wakonka ma cases ipeseka kuti overpack when he's supposed to come. So that tina malizo ni ambili ochinjira government, tina malizo ni amalilo, tina lizo ni a system ya government si abwena si favoring ila Mazambian, because hapa paliko ka preparation katuma solar panel ya kutizambo using mu 2027 whereby malight 80% ya zambo ngalika sold out country, and we suffered almost 4 years na load shedding. Even ngatinga checking a system about yama solar kufunza bantu bakumunze sitandiza. We have got my sisters munomtauni waliko na masaluni wenango waliko na tumababashop wenango ma stationary wenango ni mawoda ipeza kakuti sivisa titandiza hivyo. Now, since the government is caring about my citizen, but he caring about the anger pange walipa business. So that is why tilina weki yochita Mazambia need to change the government. Siza titandiza, zangala mundima not wapangono. So, even if very chitika valungu, tishitenge tichose pali valungu tishike pali iwe montu today Zambia.
ipezeka kuti vamai vako vasu vako vamwalira nopezeka kuti vaenda vafukirirwa kunja navambotenga kumapandi sichioneka nomo. But today since tinangerewa namantha aja kuti whereby tikaziwoshipa munhu ari patop because of ula munhu aliyense wakamba chilungamo vazamukonka ndi vazamumanga. It's like ilomba efia yanaika mu vantu onse apalomba ni ma pressing vangoimba zabe yakuti achite bwanyi this person is doing this. I think there's a target, but ni wangati vachosewa nshito vantu vanapakingiwa, so eve sangakange kumchosa paja pampando afanika kuchivomekeza kuchosa nshito wanzake chili nomo, then eve singakange kumchosa. So we are changing government apa. So I think ndiye wedi vingapake vokamba, but I think nikambe kopea apa kuti tina nshito yochinja government ifanika tichinje government siza titandiza mamaina zawa anauza kuti endani mukavoteretu vakabwerera kujaza pesa kumasoja ndilamule zangala kuti aliyense wachita pia mundu kuno tutani. So ndiye mawe yanga iningakambe kwasifona.
Thank you, James Twanaka. You know, the prices nam kwatefia kulanda nangwa Emily. Before we go, yeah, but GK nam kwatefia kulanda. But I think before I go, I just want abantu kulanda nama MPs venu. I talked a little bit, my love. Landeni nama MPs venu vale they should not vote for that ECZ bill. Ilia ECZ bill ngayapta mwevantu. Vakala salo kabapa ballot. Ngawaya ku nomination 3 days. Vakala tuma machina katuchinga ni kuku underground we uju koko yakala ya machina 3 days. Namumona. Muba konke fye bale bomba. Ni 3 days irepita. Ngabaya kudia kuku underwater kudia. Kuya mkwipusha underwater umuntu ngaweweda wepa ballot or not. So apatule lomba mwema MPs bana mayo, if you are a wife of a MP, pray for your husbands. Muba pepelele abalume benu. Pama bedi eno po mulala po holy water. Insapatu esho bachi esho bafuala makolo kono twa mkatonse kutu posa. You know? This ECZ bill should not pass. Ngayapta ECZ bill ndemieva. The limitation wali pangakari is already done. They already have 3/4 of the majority. So bakala pisha fefi mafunde fya bupanangu no kukakaola bakala paka pisha fe na maloya kwa batinga wafwa kukakaola family yobeta ikwete poinsapo. Palasi ubutekwe bukala na mkula no kula shika abantu. It can be a law. I'm telling you. A lot of abomination is going to happen if you Imamwema MPs, you are the key to help us, because nangu is ECZ biunga yapte ama MPs kulia. Even if as HH is not president, but if they have all these MPs in parliament, HH can control the parliament from outside, because it's going to have majority MPs in parliament through this delimitation of Mamon. So yeah, it's a key that this ECZ bill does not pass, because if it does, even if tuapita ba HH tuawafunyamo by the limit, so yeah, the limitation ama MPs varia, they will be controlling what is there. Any ashiri. So this bill must not pass because nangu mulela ndatukuti tuwachinja president, but that the limitation yalipita. The having these MPs, the UPND having these MPs, HH, even if he's not president, he can control the government through the MPs, the limitation, because he had the limitation. They have increased seats in parliament. So HH does not even need to be a president to control the country. HH does not need to be a president to control the country. He can control the country through his MPs. So awe nama MPs ya weba leta ma problem mu Zambia nomba tuamba no kuishiwe for today issue. Because if these MPs were doing the right thing in parliament, we wouldn't be here today. Well, if you send the fiance fiaba kumanda wotafire samba kashinga ni mukariba da momo bafibika na ponga ni mukafiwe river. Katrisho mo bafibika. Fire samba fireria. This ECL bill should not pass because it's going to be, voting will be wasting the time. Yes, I said it. Bill 7 year now they have after bill 7 year pita the number electoral bill. So mule bama MPs wenuko mubebe twapapata bana mayo. If you have a friend who is related to these MPs, landeni na vena mwe bantopota barashitishe chalo tukwetefe less than 10 days before government is dissolved. Vala vote in time. Talk to these MPs before they sell our country. Ngafia saina nishi fiachiko bakala fika kaulo kokwini. Wakashama kwa mama wives ya woma problems. What can we say? Tualanda tuanaka. What can we say, people? Ama MPs ya babala tuetirira. Basamfia. Tualanda tuanaka pama MPs ya ba. Paka nomba bambo kulaba sebanya. Ala jeje basebanye fie. So that nangu baba ba vote bill se ECZ biunga ba vota. We know who has betrayed Zambia. Last message and kuli jeje. JJ, please expose everyone who Rwanda will so that nangu chalo chesubashitisha. We know who has betrayed Zambia. Thank you. No nabuture monomba nubulosh. Me, I just thought ni muturia mofekanshi muni no burosh. Good night, people. Thank you for joining. Sad. Twele kokupela manamba bajeo. Apa kuchiba senda namba baitwala ku underworld. Na ndile kokupela manamba. Tapali abantu papaneo, abantu bali depressed. Nanga kokulanda pala wa abantu nga baleisa balelanda the day is going on, but people are depressed. Abakwete fya kulanda. Chiwalande fibi. Bakukaka kwadi baside baka. Tina, I can be here. If you want me to stay, I can be here. I need to eat my lunch. Vanams that stay on. At JNUP UPND. I could have done comments. Nishna like later Nidia, you don't want to come up commenting you. Wanga sana. Shumfire pona sort sana. Sort sana. You know our yefitumbi na yumfati. abali efitumbi balabika kusana sort ku fitumbi. I was watching a movie, an Australian movie. Some guy ale paya abantu elo ale bachita ngabe paya abantu. Then Mumpanga, it's an Australian movie. What's the name of that movie? It's on Netflix. I watched it at the weekend. What's the name of that movie? Apex. Yeah, watch the show. Yeah, watch the show on Netflix. It's called Apex. Mulika Laka. Is it Therese Sharon? The South African actress? Yeah. I watched a movie on the weekend, and it's about this guy who was a carnivore. Ale paya bantu already. Ale vika kusort sana. Na patane chibeketi cha sort. Be paya bantu bale muma trails mulianga baya mu trail fili abasungu batemo kuya kuma hiking trails. Na eno mwa kweteka kampu kwa cave in a cave so. Ine kama cave omu aikeri. Umusunguyu. Alex, abantu nga bayafafine mukuchita tour ale batana direct. Oh, go to that canyon and then there is a bay. Kash kula kwine kwa ale batume kwa bela cave yako kwa ale paira abantu. Watch the movie, it's interesting. Yeah. Ale kakaula abantu mu lumendo yo. Ale nakwatana echibaketi sort sana ale chitanani kan. Ale nishnavi ke na manechu so ale kange na masha abantu. Ale shitisha no kushitisha kuma gas station. Ama gas station tabeshi bachi de nina masha abantu. There were so many pictures in the gas station. People who went in those mountains, they never came back. They were being killed by that man. And the man used ngabe payabula ne nama akanga pangama butong. What do you call it? Butong? Apangama ama butong. Aya bantu abafu ale sham gas station. And people didn't know they were eating human meat. But I remember he had a big bucket of salt sana. Nama seasoning na salt sana. Pakukangejo shine. Inama shabantu sho ale ipa. Bareli abantu. Mwe bantu bakwalesa. Atwari mwana balungu. Wari mwana balungu. Na imwe mulasa mwa imwe mwabanda mwabapamenshi. Eh? Vacha pa live pa mwabo. Okay. Let me find it.
I send it to you.
Fisuma Phoebe. Twitchiteni ko brief potatula fenta. Okay.
About Kaunda, and he talked about the Shavalungu, and he talked about Umkambanga land explain to Shleonfwa. You know.
Yeah. Iyo de yakunwa ma whiskey. Ife fonde umfwa. Kuti na yana na whiskey yonshano hapo. Tiba. Imwa. Kuti wa yana na whiskey. I know. Could why I get here Mubawa and that give me the strongest drink. Why South Africa make me the strongest drink? Kama fika kawile ba wishero fike skemi.
I think I'm not going to follow him never.
Ah, na ineshi bompa na direka. Like an English.
Okay,
this is not just an ordinary day. I wish to
like any big blow
look
to
back with gratitude and to look within with
honesty. Underworld kingdom. Give me the strongest drink you have on the menu.
Give this nation.
Yes. Yes.
He told us that.
Okay. Yeah, Isa.
Fellow citizens, happy Kenneth Kaunda Day. Allow me on this very important day to remember and honor our founding president, Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda. This is not just an ordinary day. I wish to invite you to look back with gratitude and to look within with honesty and to look ahead with courage. Dr. Kaunda did not merely lead Zambia into independence. He helped give this nation a soul. He taught us that Zambia was not built on tribe, religion, bitterness, hatred, revenge, or region. He taught us that this republic was to be held together by a higher covenant. One Zambia, one nation. One Zambia, one nation is not just a trendy slogan. This is a call to national discipline, to restraint, and to dignity, even in moments of deep disagreement. As we commemorate Dr. Kaunda Day, we are reminded that he became Prime Minister when he was only 39 years old, and at 40, he became the Republican President. At that age, he carried the weight of a young nation, the hopes of millions, and the burden of building a republic from the wounds of colonial rule. That example must inspire the young people of Zambia today. It must tell every young Zambian that you are not too young to serve. You are not too young to think seriously about the future of this country. You are not too young to organize, to lead, to build, to defend democracy, and to fight lawfully for a greater, better, and brighter Zambia. But Kaunda's story is not a story of youth standing alone. No young leader rises in a vacuum. Behind every generation that propels a nation towards progress are elders who prayed, guided, and paved the path. The young must be inspired to serve, and the old must be honored for the wisdom they carry. A nation moves best when the courage of the young works together with the wisdom of the old. That is a Zambia we pursue. A Zambia where young people are not reduced to tools of political violence.
Yep, tukamwana yonfa. I think my battery actually drained. But Maria, I'm quiet. I haven't eaten. I just had coffee today. Yeah. Oh my goodness. We can't